Hi, it's Mr. Crane. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today. I had two girls that are my daughters that became sick, throwing up and bad headaches. So they're at home and I'm getting to do daddy daycare. So it's 3 in the morning. I'm trying to make a video for you so that you can get through the Mentoring Monday for the day. So real quick, we're going to watch a video from Mr. Unger, and when he gets to talking about students, a particular name, I'll pause that and fast forward a little bit so that we don't get the personal information for the student in here. So let's listen to what Mr. Unger has to say.
I just wanted to go over with the Mentor Monday, sort of what our process is here. The process, it doesn't look finished. So what I mean by that is I understand that you and the students might not understand exactly the big picture. So the big picture is eventually we're going to have a student drive with all of their work, their test scores, ACT Aspire, MAP data. It's going to be like their digital portfolio. So we're teaching them these skills on how to build things. So as we move on, we're going to start getting them to dump in some work into different folders for English, math, social studies, science, uh, computer science, coding, CBA, whatever it is that they feel good about those projects, those assignments. They're going to dump them in those folders. So what eventually happens is the students become owners of their work and their learning. So that's sort of the big picture. So they constantly update these goals, their academic goals, off of their math data. So this week we're going to do a few things. So we're going to come to our shared with me. A lot of
So you students go to Shared with Me. That's the folder you need to go to. And then there is the student progress folders, and he'll name it here in a second.
you have had some questions about kids folders and those types of things. So each mentor is in charge of getting the things into the kids' Google Drive that has their name on it.
So we've already done that except for Eli Frazier, and Eli Frazier needs to move his goal sheet into his folder. And we tried to do that last week, but now he should have access. I think Miss Andrea Ward fixed that for him, so he'll need to do that today.
We're providing the documents and the data sheets. Your part of this process is putting those things in the kids' drive, and the kids' process is doing the hyperlinks and the naming of their student support plans. So it's a collaborative effort. So we all take ownership in it. So what we're going to do this week is we're going to finish hyperlinking some of the things. I was going to give you an example. I had one earlier. Let's just.
All right, so he's going to pick a student's name. I don't want us to look at the student's information, so I'm going to fast forward just a little bit so that we're not looking at his information. Basically, he picked on the MAP data for that student, and he's looking at the math and the ELA, and that's what we're going to do today. You guys are going to go into your math and your ELA MAP goal setting worksheet, and you're going to go a little further. You're going to look at your score that we talked about, the score right here, last weekend, or last Monday, last Monday. And remember, I said you're going to set yourself a goal, whether that's 5 points or 7 points, whatever you think you can do. Some of you have grown, 12, 15 points, which is amazing. But remember, we want to not be make the expanse so great. So, about 5 points or something like that. That should be practical. And I gave you the goal sheets or your expectations last week as well. There is a goal sheet that's attached by the door in my room, stuck near my John Brown University bachelor's degree document. So it's near the light switch. If you need to know those scores again, the aide or sub, whoever's there, can get that for you. So we're just looking at math and language arts today. So I'm going to move forward. I don't want to be on the student's information for very long. All right, let's see. It may have been too much right there. All right, so let's see here.
What that looks like. So this is Elliot Holiday's actual student support plan. So Elliot's done a good job here with Ms. Franklin.
This is an example for a fifth grader.
And hyperlink his worksheet. So it needs to spell worksheet right rather than that. So the hyperlink goes directly to Elliot's Holiday's math goals. So what he's going to do this week, and some
Here's what
kids
you're
might
doing.
have already filled these out, so they just need to go in.
All right, so this is what you're doing. We've already filled out all these goals. I had you do 3 goals already. What I want you to do is either rewrite or refine your goal that you've already made. So this is where you're going to go into your goal and your actions 1, 2, and 3. What your plan is to increase your winter map scores. So we just had our fall map scores. That's that data sheet that you have available to you, and you see your scores. You're going to say, I want to increase my winter map scores by 5 points, or whatever you feel is practical to you. So I'm going to let him continue talking
and redo these goals. So this week he's going to come in here. He's going to create 3 academic goals. If all they can come up with right now is 2 based off the RIT score for math, for reading, that is completely fine. So we're going to base this off the student data. And we're going to describe 3 actions. So this one would be increase my math RIT score to 202. Action 1. I will complete all of my ScoopPad assignments for math. Would be in action 1 for all of my assignments for math. Action 2. I will ask for help when needed in math. That's action 2. If we don't have an action 3, that's okay.
He's giving examples.
We have a few actions. Who will assist you in achieving this goal? So my teacher, my mentor, my parents, whatever it is. So they need to have those. We're going to revisit these after our math data and our math test in January. So that's what we need to finish that this week. So our goal is to make sure that every student. So if I have 5th graders as a mentor, I'm going to find my mentor kids folder, and I'm going to make sure they have all those things in there. So if I am Emma Dennis's mentor, I'm going to make sure Emma Dennis has this name right, that Emma Dennis has her map sheet. I'm going to open up Emma Dennis's student success plan. I'm going to see that this is hyperlinked correctly. If I put my mouse over it and I click on it, it's going to give me an example of with the name Emma Dennis. Then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to personally help Emma Dennis write goal 1 and goal 2 for math and reading. And if there's another one, I can do that as well. So that's the plan for Mentor Monday this week. If you don't see a map worksheet, so we need to make sure if there's a problem, please reach out to Ms. Ward or myself. Here's some math worksheets that are in the 7th grade folder that need to be moved over to these kids' folders. So for Oliver, Jackson Peterson, we need to go through and clean that up for our kids this week so they have all the stuff. If you have a virtual kid, go ahead and put theirs in there as well. So that way it's all there. Here's some 8th graders. Several 8th graders haven't had their sheet moved over there. So remember, we're going through this week. We're cleaning all of it up. I'm going to pick on Avery here. It's name right. It's there. Avery's got a hyperlink for him. There's his hyperlink. Come down here. We're gonna redo these goals. So we need to make sure it's a math goal and a reading goal. So right here, score higher on the map test. He's he's going to set that goal. He wants that RIT goal to be 247 or whatever it is.
All right, so he said RIT goal. So you're going to look at that line back here. I'll have to remember where he's at. But so when we're back here and we see if I can find one of them. All right, so real quick. So there's that line right there, that dotted line. That's your RIT line, response to intervention line. And that is where we want to, that's where we're going to get our goal, that where we should be shooting for. And if that's your goal, then that's what you're going to put down. 5 points above that goal, 2 points above that goal. Make it practical. Don't make it crazy. But you're going to rewrite your RIT goal for math and reading, he said. 2 things. So that's what you're going to do today. All right. So whatever you have in your action plan, you're going to rewrite that. So let's finish up what he's got to say, and then you guys get busy.
That's me, that's Ashley Fulmer, or Andrew Ward will be happy to help you. Remember, this is a small piece of a large process for the student-led conferences, student ownership of their learning. So I know it might seem we're going really slow. You might not understand exactly what we're doing, but we're trying to build the correct foundation first so we can add layers onto this as we go. So I hope that answers your question. If you have any more, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.
All right, so there's the instructions. Everybody knows what we're doing. I've already done the work. I've checked everybody's except Eli's, and the only reason I haven't put Eli's goal setting plan is because he didn't have access to his folder last time. I already talked to Miss Ward. Miss Ward's given him access again, so he should be able to put that in the right place. So y'all should have 2 things: map goal setting sheet, the goal setting plans action plan that we created together. You should have your names correctly labeled on there on each thing. You should have your hyperlink, and then the 2 goals for your RIT, for math and for reading. So you guys are all caught up except for the new thing he just asked you to do, and we did talk about that last Monday. So good luck, get busy, and I'll see you next week.